will take us through choosing career. Choosing career. That's the topic. Choosing career.
Hello. Oh, hello. Are you not happy to be here? It's always a privilege to come back to the base. And I think I met some of you in the course of your break. And I was telling you that it is very important to always touch your base. Anyone who forgets his base, it's very easy for that person to lose focus in life. And so, as far as you want to go, in as much as you are dreaming to get to that top, you must always remember to touch your base. Are we together? My name is Bright Makafui. I'm an author and a publisher. Now, I was actually sharing some of these things with Senior Eric, that sometimes when you find yourself in this space, you may think that you are alone. Some of you may think that you are just an outcast because people said a lot of things about you. And you heard a lot about Anyasco. When you were coming to this place, people told you that, how could you come to Anyasco? Nothing good comes out of Anyasco. But I want you to just look at us today. That in spite of all the things that people told you, in spite of the things that you've read, in spite of the things that you've heard, I just want you to look at us today. That out of this soil came out the giants you are seeing today. We are making exploits. And we are making exploits. We are going to make exploits. It's not ending with us because it didn't start with us, and it will not end with us. We are going to pass on the baton to you, and we are going to run with the baton and tell the whole world that in spite of where you come from, in spite of your background, in spite of your social status in life, God has a plan and purpose for your life. Now, I was born okay, so Senior Eric says I should elaborate on who an author is. I write books. An author is somebody who writes books. And a publisher is somebody who helps in the production of books. So in everything that has to do with books, the publisher actually picks up that responsibility and makes sure that the book becomes a refined. So we receive manuscripts and then we turn the manuscripts into books. Now, among the people that we partner, my friend, I'm the CEO of McBride Publications and Dream Africa Network. Now, McBride Publication has published not less than 50 authors in the whole world. And in Ghana, we have published the Member of Parliament for Medina constituency, Lawyer Francis Xavier Susu. And we have also published, I don't know how many of you know Makafui Day on GTV. We publish him. I can go on and on and on and on. We publish for people in Europe, in Hong Kong, in China, in Austria, in the US. It is almost a common knowledge, according to demographics, that the median age in Africa is 19 years. The median age in Africa is 19 years. Now what that means is that 1 out of 4 people on the Earth planet is going to be in Africa in the near future, which is why it is very important that as leaders, as young leaders and influencers, we always come back to inspire you. We always come back to give you that sense of direction as to how you should go in life. So for me, being here among my seniors who have spoken already is a great honor and opportunity to share this podium with them. And I don't take it for granted at all. Now, how to choose a career? I was born in Cote d'Ivoire. And at the time where I was born, there was no light, there was no pipe-borne water. School to attend at the time was a problem. And I was so lucky to have a mother who speaks English and French. And so my mother started teaching me English while I was in Cote d'Ivoire. So I can't remember, I think somewhere in the early 90s, there was this mission school that came into the village. And it was an English school. And my mom decided that in a French country, she would enroll me in an English school. So I started off from Cote d'Ivoire before I was brought here. Now, when I came to Ghana, I can't remember those days. There was nothing like mobile phone, and so the only means of communicating with somebody who is not close to you is through letter writing. So the first time I wrote a letter, I was in class 2. And then in class 2, I was actually selected to represent the school when I had just come into the country to represent the school. Those days we used to have these district common exams. And I was the one writing for my school at the time. By the time I got to class 3, my writing thing had actually escalated. Now the reason I found solace in writing was the fact that I couldn't express myself. The young man you are hearing this afternoon, and I believe strongly you are enjoying me speak today. The young man you are hearing speak to you today, I was not the type who could actually speak so well that you could hear today. I was stammering at a point. I couldn't express myself, I was so timid. And so the only way I could communicate at the time was to write everything I wanted to communicate. And so in my weakness, I found a strength. In my weakness, I found a strength. And the second time, I think I actually tried myself in that area where I turned my weakness into strength. Was when I left Anyasco, I studied general arts. I did governments, I did geography, I did economics. Now, if you ask my colleagues who are my brothers, who are sitting right here today, I was one of the maths phobias right here on campus. I never liked anything maths. If you came to the school at that time, I was always reading the math textbooks. I never solved any math. I was just reading. And my thing was just to actually study something to pass my exam at the time. Now when I left this school, guess what? Somebody who studied geography, government, and economics. And mind you, we did geography in Form 3, from first term. And we started WASI in second term. That speaks volume. I never failed any of my papers. Alright? Now, I left the school thinking of what to do. I already knew that I could write. In fact, when I was here, there was this contest that City FM used to hold. It was National Essay Competition for high schools. And we were in Anyasco. Justice was my colleague at the time. We would write letters from Anyasco and we would post these letters to Accra. So we were actually competing with everybody in any school in the world, in the country. We were not actually limited by anything. I want to just say, as a matter of emphasis, that the only limitation that you can see in your life is the limitation you place on your mind. It's the only limitation that you face in life. It's not what somebody is saying. It's not what somebody is deciding. It is what you are thinking about yourself. Because some of you are seated here today, you are seeing yourself less as compared to your colleagues in other schools. That is what I want you to understand here today. That is what I want you to understand here today. So we're writing these letters and we're sending them to Accra. We're doing all of that. You would always see us at the library. It was at our time that the library came. We actually took advantage of the library. I came out of school, what to do next? I was actually struggling because there was no one to actually take me through the tertiary and all of that, in spite of the fact that you made good grades. But how do you further your education? It was a problem. Yes. It was at that point that I needed to find myself. I was in my room one day in Medina, and it just dawned on me. I want to believe strongly that it was a conviction in my spirit, man. That why wouldn't you go into that direction of your weakness, which was mathematics? I decided to just go in. I went to UPSA. It was then IPS, not UPS. I ran to UPSA and I picked up a form. I filled the form. I said, I want to study ACCA. ACCA is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, UK. That was my first tertiary course I did after Anyasco. It was something that I could not really phantom at the time. But I found myself gravitating towards my weakness. So I studied ACCA at that level. From there I went to the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Before I even went to do my first degree in accounting in UCC, become accounting. So from general arts to accounting all throughout. And even at my master's level, finance, MBA finance, and all of that. Today, I'm a writer. I publish books. What does that tell you? What does it tell you? Every human being on earth needs to find their purpose. Your purpose is your reason for existence. When God was creating man, He placed a purpose in man. And so when you came to the earth realm, you were not here to find your purpose. It is the same analogy or scenario that is taking a lot of young Africans through a lot of hurdles all over. They're running helter-skelter. They want to go to Europe. They are risking their life passing through the Mediterranean Sea. Why? They are in search of greener pastures. But I want to tell you this afternoon that there are no pastures greener than our pastures at home. When a man discovers his purpose, it's a cure for a wasteful life. A man who discovers his purpose is a cure for a wasteful life. But then again, I wrote in one of my books, Live Your Dream. It is not enough to discover your purpose. You must become what you have discovered. That is my first P, purpose. You need to have plan. You need to have plan for that which you want to take into in future. Your future is not outside of you. Your future resides right inside of you. So you need to have plan for your future. It is very important. After planning, you need to have passion for that which you have discovered. A lot of people have discovered themselves, but they lack that element of passion. And so they've not seen the next level of what they have discovered. And you are thinking that you have the same gift just like anybody else. But how is it that your gift is rather blooming, whilst others are rather blooming? It is because you have not attached that passion to your purpose. So you need to have passion for that which you have discovered. It is very important. It is very important. If you check the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary has a very interesting meaning about passion. It says suffering, pain. Some of you are here, you found yourself in some circumstances that are not really augmenting you. You feel suppressed because this is not how you thought it could be. But it is the price you are paying for your purpose in life. And you need to have the courage to take the pain. You need to have the courage to endure the suffering. You need to have the courage to endure 4 hours of learning. You need to have the courage to be able to stay alone, stay out of the crowd. A lot of you are not able to discern because you find yourself so much in a crowd. When there are so many voices, you can't hear everybody because you can't hear anyone because everybody is talking. But as I'm speaking, you can hear me because everyone is quiet at this point. You need to find yourself, you need to give yourself that time of sobriety where you reflect on what you want to do in life. So I gave you 3 P's. You need to discover your what? Your purpose. You need to plan and you need to have the passion. Now, finally, I'll be telling you about the 3 D's. I've just spoken to you about the 3 P's. I'll be telling you about the 3 D's. Now, the first D that I would like to put forward to you this afternoon is discipline. A lot of you are seated here today, you are not disciplined at all. And you think that the next level is about shouting, it's about claiming, it's about believing that somebody has made it and so you are going to make it. It doesn't work like that. It's not a rocket science. It took us pain, it took us sacrifice, many years of endurance, many years of determination to get ourselves at this level. Yes, you are in a new school. I don't want to dispute. You see, you can't dispute the fact that the people who are in the grade A schools have certain advantages that you don't have. And so, whilst they are studying for 2 hours, you have to double it. You can't be studying the same 2 hours just like them. No. You need to strategize, be disciplined. Discipline is a commitment to a cause. Put yourself to control. Some of you are just busybodies everywhere. You are there. Entertainment, you are there. Sports, you are there. Here, there, here. You can't show forth anything that you've done well in the last 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years on this campus. You need to have the right discipline to be able to set yourself ablaze for your purpose. Discipline is key. It's very important. That is the first D. The second D is the drive. The drive. Your drive will make you thrive. If you don't have the drive for your passion or your purpose, you will find yourself wanting in so many ways. Yes, you need to have the drive. Everywhere you want to get to, you can actually picture it today. It's a mental picture. It's a mental picture. So everything you want to do in the future, you can picture it right now. If you close your eyes, you can see it. In your sleep, you can still see it. That is the drive. You need to have the energy. That is the drive. It is very important. The drive. And the last D that I'll give to you this afternoon is discharge. After you have discovered your purpose, you plan, you have the passion for it, you develop the discipline, the drive, then you discharge. So it's a process. What this tells you is that everything you see us do today is a process. It took us many years. It didn't happen overnight. I came to Anyasco 2006. That was 17 years ago. And I left 2009, 14 years ago. So the things you see us do today are the many years of sacrifice. Many years. And we are just discharging. We are just discharging today. I want to believe strongly that in this room this afternoon, a lot of you have a lot inside of you that you haven't discovered yet. And people have maligned you, they have spoken ill of you, you have not believed yourself. There are so many people already looking down on you. I want to tell you this afternoon that of all these people, if there's anyone to believe in your dream, it's you. You cannot afford to add up to the many people who are looking down on you. If no one sees it for you, you should be able to see it for yourself. And I want to just encourage all of you here this afternoon that wherever you have started, whatever cause that you have endeavored to begin in your life as you're on this campus, pray about it, keep focused, and the right time will come for you to discharge. Thank you so much.